Journaling Hour with Lisa, a bonus. I don't know if it'll be an hour or not. It's just reading stories, so we'll see how long it takes. I don't know if it'll be an hour. But this is a Halloween special for all my childers out there. Children from ages newborn to 99. Anyone who wants to hear a Halloween story. Before we do the Halloween stories, I am going to let you guys know, sorry, I have the burps because I just drank some soda pop. I'm just going to grab this big old spider here because it just seems a little bit naked under this table. So, but while we're waiting for people to tune in, it's 4 p.m. here where I live. But where my niece and nephew live in Canada, it is 9 in the morning, but because it's a 7-hour difference, it's the only way I could kind of make it work for everybody to be awake and it to be a good time. So I want my friend Samantha's kids to be able to hear the stories before they have to go to bed at 6 and or 7. And I want my sister's kids to be able to hear the stories. However, if you're not watching live, you can always, or if you've just tuned in, you can always catch up on the stories at a later time, which I haven't even started reading the stories. So, okay, so let's go over some Halloween things. In the next few days, you guys are going to be going to Halloween parties, maybe even tonight. You're going to be going trick-or-treating. I want you guys to be safe out there, okay? So if your parents tell you need to dress warm under your Halloween costume, you need to do that because it's for your safety so you don't get sick or cold or injured. If your parents tell you need to wear bright colors for crossing the street and the road and stuff, you need to do that because it's to keep you guys safe. If your parents say they need to go through all your candy first to make sure that it all looks good and nothing's been opened before and stuff, then let them do that because it's to keep you safe. Halloween can be a really fun time, but we got to follow the rules and be safe. And if you're not going trick-or-treating door to door, but you have candy in a different way or even different treats, you can ask your parents to watch my Halloween specials this year and last year, making different Halloween treats, even healthy ones that, you know, might be better than candy for you. Then you can do that. One year, I even handed out toothbrushes to the kids who came. That's when I had a restaurant. And when the kids came to the restaurant, I put a toothbrush in their thing. They probably didn't like that, but felt better about that than giving them so much candy. And, oh, I just spilt my pop. If you don't get any candy, that's okay. That's okay because the difference is when Halloween started when I was little, the only times we would get some candy was like at Christmas or Halloween and Easter maybe and stuff like that. But nowadays, people get candy all the time in the stores and stuff. So if you don't get candy now, I'm sure during the year you're going to get candy. Now the stories that we're going to read today are stories that I liked when I was a kid. And I'm an old lady now. I look like I'm 45, and I had my 45th birthday a couple days ago. Yes, my birthday is close to Halloween, which is another reason that I just absolutely love Halloween. But maybe I'm actually 450 years old, and this is a spell to make me look like this. Maybe. I got hair in my eye. See, I don't even have to wear a wig to pretend to be a witch. I got this crazy old big head of hair already. All right, so I want to say hi to a few of my favorite children right now. I want to say hi to my niece Felicity and my nephew Declan. And I want to say hi to my niece Danielle and my niece Tyla and my nephew Spencer. I'm just trying to remember everybody in my head. I don't want to forget anybody. My nephew Oliver up in heaven. And I want to say hi to my adult nieces and nephews as well. So Haley, Breton, Shay, and Brock, who are both 15, which probably won't be tuning in, but they're still my nieces and nephews, and I still love them. all the children that I used to babysit and anybody who has come into my life as a child. And also a very special Halloween this year because it's our first one with our grandson, Jackson. So a happy Halloween and a hello to our grandson, Jackson. All right, we are going to go with the stories now. And again, like I said, these are two stories that I read when I was a kid and I absolutely loved. Now, hopefully they're not too scary, but I didn't think they were too scary when I was a kid. Well, there's one part of one of the stories that kind of scared me, but I think that there'll be, one is really sweet and one is a little bit scary. Should we have the sweet one first or should we have the scary one first? How about we start with the scary one and then we'll end with the sweet one and then we'll go on with our Saturday. Okay? All right. So the scarier one is called Bony Legs. For other people in different parts of Europe, there's a thing called a Baba means old lady or grandma, and Yaga, I can't remember what Yaga means. I can't remember what it means, but Baba Yaga is like a witch lady, an old lady that so she's kind of like this story. So some people who know about Baba Yaga might know a similar story to this. Or even Hansel and Gretel is a little bit similar as well. It's an old witch who lives in the woods. But this is from when I was a wee one, and I loved this story. So, this is one of my very favorite books, and you can see, I know that the words might be backwards for you guys. That's just the way that the camera does it, but you'll see the pictures properly. I'm sorry the words are backwards though for you. So it says Bony Legs, Joanna Cole, pictures by Dirk Zimmer. And inside, whose name is that? I know it's backwards, but it says Lisa from when I was little. So this is my book from when I was a kid. Are we ready for Bony Legs? Bony Legs. All right. 1983, that's when this book was. So I was 5 years old when this book came out, or I was turning 5 that year. You see the picture? Her cabin is on chicken fate. Bony Legs was a horrible, bad witch. She could run very fast on her bony old legs. Her teeth were made of iron, and she liked to eat little children. She lived deep in the woods in a hut that stood on chicken feet. That's one of the parts that kind of scared me. And a house on chicken feet. Those are big chickens to have big chicken feet like that. All day long, she waited for children to pass by. On the edge of the same woods, a girl named Sasha lived with her aunt. One morning, Sasha's aunt sent her out to borrow a needle and thread. Do you see the pictures? Sasha took some bread and butter and a bit of meat for lunch. She began to walk. She walked and walked. She was surprised when she came to a hut that stood on chicken feet. She decided to go inside. She opened the gate. It creaked and groaned. Poor gate, said Sasha. You need some grease. She scraped the butter from her bread and rubbed it on the hinges of the gate. It opened quietly. Sasha walked up the path. A skinny dog stood in her way. It barked and barked. Poor dog, said Sasha. You look hungry. She gave her bread to the dog. He ate it up and did not bark again. A cat was sitting near the hut, meowing sadly. Poor kitty, said Sasha. Are you hungry too? She gave her meat to the cat. Old Bony Legs poked her head out the window. What do you want? She asked Sasha. My aunt would like to borrow a needle and thread, said Sasha. Come right in, said the witch. Sasha went inside. Should not go into strangers' homes, but this is a long, long time ago, before the kids knew the rules of being safe. Now, said Bony Legs, get into the tub. Why? Asked Sasha. I don't need a bath. I want you nice and clean, said Bony Legs. I'm going to cook you for my supper. She grinned and showed her iron teeth. Then she went outside to gather sticks for the fire. She locked the door behind her. Sasha was scared. She began to cry. Don't worry, said a voice. I will help you. Sasha looked around. No one was there but the cat. Fill the tub, but don't get in, said the cat. Sasha had never heard a cat talk, but she did what it told her. Bony Legs called through the door. Are you washing, girl? Yes, I am, said Sasha. Good, said Bony Legs, and she went away to gather more sticks. After she had gone, the cat gave Sasha a silver mirror. When you are in trouble, throw this away, said the cat. Do you see the silver mirror? That does not make sense, thought Sasha. But she took the mirror and put it in her pocket. Now run, said the cat. Sasha climbed out the window and began to run. The witch called through the door again. Are you washing, girl? Yes, I am, said the cat. Well, hurry up, said Bony Legs. Then she went away. Sasha ran through the yard. The dog stopped her and gave her a wooden comb. When you need help, throw this away, said the dog. That does not make sense, thought Sasha, but she put the comb in her pocket. Then she opened the gate. It did not make a sound on its buttered hinges. Sasha ran into the woods, because if the gate still made noise, then the witch might have heard the creak and knew that the gates were opening. Bony Legs called through the door again. Are you washing, girl? Yes, I am, said the cat. What? Said Bony Legs. Not done yet? She flung open the door. There was the cat, there was the tub, but where was Sasha? You sneaky cat, yelled Bony Legs. Why did you trick me? You want to see the pictures? You never feed me, said the cat, but Sasha gave me meat to eat. Bah, said Bony Legs, and she ran into the yard. The dog was sleeping in the sun. You lazy dog, shouted Bony Legs. Why didn't you bark at her? You never feed me, said the dog, but Sasha gave me bread to eat. Bah, said the witch, and she rushed to the gate. You worthless gate, she screamed. Why didn't you lock her in? You never took care of me, said the gate, but Sasha put butter on my hinges. The old witch flew into a rage. She stamped her feet, pulled her hair, and even pinched her own nose, but she did not feel any better. Those are weird things to do. She ran after Sasha. on her bony old legs. Sasha looked back and saw the witch's iron teeth glinting in the sun. Sasha was scared. She remembered the silver mirror. She took it out of her pocket and threw it behind her. Oh, I'll show you the picture, sorry. See, she's got the silver mirror and she's dropping it. And what happens? Boom! The mirror became a deep silver lake. Bony Legs could not cross it. She ran home and got her tub. She rowed it across the lake and ran after Sasha on her bony old legs. So that took her a lot longer so Sasha could get way ahead of her. Sasha saw the witch coming again. She remembered the wooden comb. She took it out of her pocket and threw it behind her. The comb grew until it was as tall as the trees. Bony Legs could not climb over it. So it's like a jail. She could not dig under it. She could not even squeeze through it. At last, she gave up, and she stamped her feet, pulled her hair, and pinched her nose all the way back to her hut. Sasha went home too, and you can be sure she never went back to the hut that stood on chicken feet. And for as long as she lived, she never saw old Bony Legs again. And that is Bony Legs, one of my favorite stories when I was a kid. And now we'll read the sweet one. When I was a kid, this book was my brother's. So I had to buy my own copy. So this isn't the one we had when we were kids. It's a copy. So it's the same story, but it's a different copy of it. It's called The Little Witch and the Riddle. I'll tell you what year this came out as well. Again, I'm sorry that the words are backwards, but at least you can see the pictures. 1980 it first came out. So when I was 2 years old, this first came out. The Little Witch and the Riddle. That was a long time ago, 1980. That's like 43 years ago. This story became A Princess, a Frog, and finally a book, with thanks for the work and the magic. That's the person who wrote it. By Bruce Degan. And does it say who did the artwork? We like to appreciate people who write the story and the people who do the art. Maybe he did the art as well. All right. There's contents in the chapters. So chapter 1, a magic gift. Chapter 2, a handful of laughter. Chapter 3, a handful of tears. And chapter 4, what everyone needs. So I'll show you the pictures. That's the Little Witch. So the first chapter, a magic gift. Her name's Lily. Lily was a little witch. She knew a little magic, and she made big pots of witch's brew. Otto, ogre, liked to help. He brought the wood for the fire. One day Otto asked, "Can I mix the witch's brew?" "No," said Lily, "this is magic. Witches know all about magic, but ogres do not." "I could learn," said Otto. "Huh," said Lily. They heard a knock at the door. "Who is it?" called Lily. "Big package for a little witch," said the goblin who was carrying it. And this says, Little Witch Lily, lotions, notions, potions, magic to go. Lily opened the package and pulled out a big book. The Magic Secrets of Grandmother Witch, she cried. Now I can learn to fly on my broomstick. Can I? Asked Otto softly. Magic is only for witches, said Lily. This says The Magic Secrets of Grandmother Witch. How very exciting. But there was a big lock on the book. Where is the key? Asked Lily. She looked in the box, but there was no key. I will use magic to open the lock, said Lily. Look at poor Otto. He's sad because he can't do magic. Open sesame, she shouted. The book did not open. Hocus pocus, she yelled. Still, the book did not open. Lily got a big hammer. I will smash the lock, she said. Is that magic? Asked Otto. Wait, cried the goblin. I nearly forgot to give you this riddle. The book will open when you solve it. So the goblin's coming back with a riddle. Lily read the riddle. Find a handful of laughter, find a handful of tears, then a helping hand leads to what everyone needs. Have fun from Grandma. What is this? Cried Lily. What is a handful of laughter? What is a handful of tears? And what does everybody need? I don't know the answers, said the goblin. My job was only to bring the riddle. It was not my job to understand it. The goblin flew away. I do not understand this riddle either, Lily said sadly. So how will I ever find the answers? And how will I ever read my grandma's magic book? She began to cry. Do not cry, said Otto. I will help you. We will go out and look for the answers. Otto and Lily put on their boots and mufflers and mittens. Then they started out to look for the answers to the riddle. Chapter 2. A Handful of Laughter. Otto and Lily walked and walked. Uphill and downhill, they came to a lake. I can hear something, said Otto. Onk, 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 cried Goose. What is the matter, Goose? Asked Otto. My foot is caught in the fishing line, said Goose. I cannot fly. Help me. We are too busy, said Lily. Hurry, Otto. Wait, said Otto. It will only take a minute. He pulled the fishing line this way. He pulled the fishing line that way. The knot came undone. Ah, said Goose. That is better. Can you help us too? Asked Otto. He read the riddle to Goose. Find a handful of laughter, find a handful of tears, then a helping hand leads to what everyone needs. Do you know where to find a handful of laughter? Asked Otto. No, said Goose. But I know the last part of the riddle. I know what everyone needs. Feathers. Feathers keep you warm. Feathers keep you dry. Without feathers, you cannot fly. gave Otto one of her feathers. "Maybe this will help you," she said. "Now winter is coming. I must fly south. Goodbye." "A feather," said Lily. "That is silly." Otto looked at the feather. He scratched his ear with it. It made him smile. Suddenly, he tickled Lily. She laughed. "Otto!" Otto shouted, "Here is your handful of laughter." "Otto," said Lily, "you have answered the first part of the riddle. You are very clever." So they got a handful of laughter because she laughed when she got tickled. Chapter 3, A Handful of Tears. Otto and Lily walked on and on. They crossed the meadow. They heard someone crying. "Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear." It was Mole. He was walking in a circle. He bumped into Otto. "Help!" cried Mole. "I have lost my glasses. I cannot see a thing. Will you help me find them?" "Sorry, Lily. We must hurry." "Wait," said Otto. "We can look for his glasses." Otto looked up and Otto looked down. Up in the trees, down on the ground. And at last he saw a spider's web. There was something shiny caught in it. Mole's glasses. See, Mole couldn't find them and see them because he didn't have his glasses on to see them, just like me trying to read the story. Otto wiped the glasses and gave them to Mole. "Thanks," said Mole, and he put on his glasses. "I can see again," Otto asked. "Can you help us too?" He showed the riddle to Mole. Mole read, "Find a handful of laughter, find a handful of tears, then a helping hand leads to what everyone needs." Otto asked, "Do you know where to find a handful of tears?" "No," said Mole, "but I do know the last part of the riddle. I know what everyone needs." Food. A full pantry. Winter is coming. When snow covers the ground, everyone needs a deep burrow full of roots to eat. So did I show you that picture? Reading the riddle? And then here we go into his burrow. And he's got lots of veggies for the winter. Mole went down into his burrow. "Here is a nice big onion for you," he said. "I hope you enjoy it. And now, goodbye." An onion. "An onion," said Lily. "How silly." "Let me think," said Otto. He looked at the onion. He sniffed the onion. He took out his penknife and cut the onion in half. Suddenly, Otto put the onion under Lily's nose. "Don't!" yelled Lily. "It makes me cry." "Yes," Otto shouted. "Here is your handful of tears." Lily was surprised. "You found another answer." "You are very clever, Otto, my clever friend. Let's hurry and solve the riddle." So they jumped off and they're going to solve the rest of the riddle. They walked on and on. Snow began to fall. "I'm cold," said Lily. "We must go home," said Otto. "But we have not found the last answer to the riddle," said Lily. "If it keeps snowing," said Otto, "we will not find the way home." This little squirrel with his nuts. They better hurry up. There's too much snow. The snow fell faster. "I cannot see," cried Lily. "I cannot walk any more." "Hold my hand," said Otto. They walked slowly in the snow. Finally, Otto saw something. "Look over there," he said. "Home!" cried Lily. "We're home!" Do you see their home? Chapter 4, What Everyone Needs. Look at how cozy and warm they are now. Lily and Otto took off their hats and mittens and mufflers and boots. Lily put them by the fire to dry. Then Lily read the riddle again. Find a handful of laughter, find a handful of tears. Then a helping hand leads to what everyone needs. Just hang on, my doggy's barking. Lena, quiet. Good girl. Otto, you found the handful of laughter, and you found the handful of tears. But where is the helping hand that leads to what everyone needs? Lily thought and thought. Otto, she cried suddenly. Goose needed you, Mole needed you, and I needed you. You are the answer to the riddle. Me? Asked Otto. You are the helping hand, said Lily. You are what everyone needs. A true friend. Lily hugged Otto. Suddenly the book opened. Look, cried Otto, we solved the riddle, said Lily. That proves it. Lily picked up the book to get ready for magic. Otto picked up his boots to get ready to leave. Otto, my friend, said Lily. This snow will last a long time. Will you stay and read my magic book with me? Great jumping goblins, shouted Otto. Of course. So Lily and Otto began to read the magic book. Here is a magic spell for me, cried Otto. Hocus crocus, and Otto changed into a frog. And here is a spell for me, said Lily. Alakazee, don't see me. Lily disappeared. Come back, cried Otto. And here is the spell to change us back, said Lily. Alakazam, magic scram. Now Otto and Lily were Otto and Lily again. But here is the best spell of all, said Lily. Say it with me, Otto. They shouted together. Shaboom, fly broom. Lily's broom began to float. Lily and Otto climbed on. Then Lily and Otto flew off over the snow, under the moon. Magic is best with friends, said Lily. That's the end. See why that's one of my favorites? It's got everything. It's got witches and goblins and what's Otto? Ogres, and it's got magic, and it's got friendship, and everything. So I hope you guys liked our stories this year. And my candy is here behind me in little jars. It's just a little bit of candy. Don't need too much. And this is just a little drink for me. Look at these lollies that look like eyeballs. I hope you guys have a happy Halloween and that you guys have lots of fun out there, all right? So again, bye to Haley and Breton and Shay and Brock and even our own kids, Owen and Amy and their halves, James, and there's too many names in my head now, Bobby and Tom and Allison and Aurora and Erica and Samson and Ash and Finley and more nieces and nephews. There's Declan and Felicity and Oliver and Spencer and Danielle and Tyla And to our grandson, happy first Halloween, Jackson. Have a great Halloween, guys. I will see you later.